All right, welcome to Counterslam, where we discuss anything and everything War Machine Hordes of the Iron Kingdoms. This is our official Legion episode.
So today we don't actually discuss anything and everything. We just talk about Legion.
Yeah, well, why
You
not?
know, it's has nothing to do with the fact that Eric,
I'm the
plays
producer,
Legion.
and I wanted to see Legion or something.
We will not be covering rules today. Why would you?
Yeah, you don't need to know rules to play Legion.
We don't need rules. We
Just there's like a whole section in the book that's all about like terrain and like line of sight and all that stuff. You just don't even need that section. You just rip it right out when you
Bang
play
it! It's gone. So, yeah, but anyway, we do want to talk about some really cool stuff. Obviously, lock and load going on right now, and
Well, it's over. Well, it's ending right now.
yeah. So, but people got a chance to see some really cool models, and they talked about the new book coming out for War Machine. At least a
Weirdly, they apparently didn't talk about the current book.
They didn't talk about Exigence at all, which
I was sad.
Jason texted me. He's like, "Well, that was a big waste of time."
I play Convergence and Trolls.
You know what?
Didn't talk about anything.
Screw this War Machine book. I'm all about the Hordes right now.
Yeah, I know.
Until
right?
that book comes out, and then screw Hordes. I'm all about the War Machine.
Yeah, I know. Right? We kind of keep going back and forth. We're like, "Ooh, let's get all this."
See, though, you're just bitter because your War Machine faction is limited release, and it probably won't get anything in the next book.
I'm hoping for a character book in Reckoning, like Character Victor.
Yeah. Huh.
That would be cool.
Well, you'd be kind of due for one. So.
But
yeah, but so like some of the models we got. I mean, we got pictures of some stuff that people have been posting online, which if you've been manning the forums, you probably have already seen. But we're gonna go ahead and show you anyway.
because we'd love to tell you about things that you already know.
Yeah. So.
So we appear smart.
And also, hope we get a chance to talk about some of the new models that we have gotten. Like I know I've been playing 3 Gore Shade, which we're going to show you guys on the game episode today, and give an idea of what these guys are kind of capable of too. So.
And at some point, I will actually be doing model reviews of the new White War Beasts because I've played them a lot.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get those done here the next week or so, which would be really good. So, but we wanted to get this episode on the table for you guys because we know that we've been a little lagging on some episodes. Some of you guys have been commenting, and so we're hopefully going to get some done here in the next couple of weeks, be able to get some more episodes to you guys.
Did you ever think we'd actually reach the point where people were telling us that we weren't putting out enough of these?
Yeah,
I always thought we'd just be like, hey guys, just like stop.
No, yeah,
just cut it out.
Guys, really, you're embarrassing yourselves at this point. You just need to calm down. We get that you're all excited that Bane Riders, you think they're gonna be really good, but they're okay. Whatever. So, but
Bane Riders touched me in a naughty place last time.
Yeah. So.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
At all.
You paid me to go hit him with the Bane Rider.
They've been doing stuff like that, and that's why we haven't been coming out. I just haven't been coming over.
Yeah.
I've been doing weird stuff.
Awkward. Okay, so
anyway.
All right. So let's go ahead and showcase off the models first that they've been showing off, just to get that out of the way, and then we'll talk about the models that are coming up. But so the first model we're going to showcase off here is the new Absolonia.
Of course. Of course,
the
that's
daughter
the first
of Everblight. Yeah, well, I think she's honestly probably the most important.
Actually,
of the models.
she is a sweet looking model.
She is really cool. She's a medium base now instead of a small base, in case most people didn't know that.
Shoot her off the table.
Whatever, she's gonna have
Legion?
some kind of
I don't know.
anti-shooting tech, I'm sure.
Yeah. Or
they'll just take a protector.
There's been one guy online who in the Legion.
Take her off the table.
Well, in the Legion Facebook,
with Dozer and Spain.
some people have actually been talking. No comment. So they've been talking about possible things that she may actually have, and some people have been speculating on this. But one guy said he actually had some. He has a source that tells me these are what she has. So, well, I'll throw these out there, but these are obviously just speculation. The one thing that it does talk about in her little description on the Private Press website is that she apparently gives her beast the ability to mutate like she did her prime version.
In her prime version, she had controlled warping, like a warp wolf.
Yeah.
And she could choose like +2 strength, flight, or reach.
Reach, yeah.
One every turn. And it's like, and they said in the thing now she just has all those abilities. And if you look at her model, obviously she has all those abilities.
She has the flight.
She's
got the reach,
really big. She's got big wings. She's got a long tail. And then it says like that she gives that ability to all her beasts now. So it kind of sounds like she's gonna have like Field Marshal, controlled warping with those 3 effects. And that sounds a little not pleasant.
Yeah.
I mean, my first thought was immediately a reach Carnivian scares the crap out of me.
Yeah, I was thinking of +2 strength Archangel
my first thought was actually flying Scythians. I really don't like the idea of flying Scythians.
And the other thing I thought was +2 strength Angelius too with the armor piercings. That's 16s.
Yeah, without having to like put a spell on them to make them that way, they just get to do it.
Yeah.
That just
yeah, not being a spell too. That's really scary because you can't make it go away with.
So those are 3 really obvious and terrifying things.
Purification and all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So
but
people...
I mean, it is also good for other stuff like soldiers, Nephilim soldiers with like +2 strength.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already pretty good. Or like God forbid if the rake flies over your models and then it jumps.
Yeah. Well,
that we are died from.
There was okay, you can really stop doing that. Anyway. The one of the things that people were talking about was that she has possibly someone supposedly spoiled this a while ago, was that she had conferred rage. Like this was something I guess one of the devs had said. Conferred rage. That's the one that Butcher has. It basically says that her beast would get to charge and make power attacks for free while in her control area. Also, when she kills a model, they all gain +2 speed and mat for 1 turn. So it basically would make her a up front, caster. She'd be up in front. But I'm just thinking that's super scary if that's true. I mean, you're talking about an Archangel with mat 8, or I think it's mat 6, so it'd be like mat 8, like 8 speed, and then he can force for another 2 damage on his attacks. I mean, that's ridiculous. And a Carnivian doing the same thing.
Things don't force to control warp; they just do it.
Yeah. Well, no, they. Well, I was thinking about if it's how Abby did it. Abby had to spend a fury to do those things. So if her niece did the same thing, then that would probably be the case. But I'm just thinking with that, if these are true, that's ridiculous. Also, her supposedly what her feat. Someone said that her feat is that enemies in her control area act as though they have lost all their systems and aspects for a turn. So. That's wrecking face on some Jackson beasts in play, Or if other thing I was actually thinking about was if you took her and a bunch of Angeliuses, they could fly, or Angelii, I don't know, pop her feet, and then you could just charge everything, and then her any jacks you have that are trying to take free strikes get 1 dice of damage, and you just fly over and then just attack the person's caster. I mean, that's pretty bonkers. And supposedly she's defense 14,
I hope that's
armor
not actually
16.
what her feat does.
So. As a faction that plays troops quite a bit, beasts have a limited number of attacks. I would just play miserable meat mountain and deal with double warders and champions and
maybe
burrowers.
But I'll tell you what, Scorn would hate that.
Yeah.
She'd be like, so I can't play Rasheth just at all against you because it just won't work.
It's scary. No doubt it's scary as crap. I hope it's
I did just have a cool thought though. If she does give out her controlled warping to everybody, to all of her beasts, maybe we'll actually see the Hellion appear in the game, because she gives free charges to things with flight, and if everything can choose to fly, that seems pretty good.
Yeah.
Come back again to flying Scythians. Flying Scythians that charge for free.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Yeah. That's
That'd be scary. Anyway,
can she bring Rice as a beast? That'd be really nice. Can you get flight for
Rice didn't need more buffs. Moving on.
So we have a beast that gives out flight, so I don't need her for that. So all right, so let's take a look at a couple other models that we got here. So let's see. We have the Gobber Droids. I actually ordered some of these. I think we'd actually put them on the base of the Kraken.
You know what? Actually, Joyce might like these.
Yeah, I thought about we're possibly giving it to Joyce, or I thought about maybe we make it if we do a contest, we can give them out to people, or obviously Cephalics are going to be really popular next upcoming months.
We can give them out as a tournament prize.
Yeah, tournament prize could be kind of cool.
It'd be fun.
So anyway, I thought I'd order them because as soon as they went up online, I just kept hitting refresh, and as soon as boom, it popped up on the store. I'm like, what?
You would. All right.
Yeah.
What else?
So, let's see what else we got. We have this is the new character Nephilim for Legion as well. I thought this was pretty neat. This is actually a different render.
It's a very active pose, but it looks a little weird.
He looks like a chicken kind of.
But it is a very active pose. It's as opposed to a lot of the older War Beast poses.
Oh yeah.
That's actually something that I really like about, because they were talking about that how they recently changed over and they're modeling they're like creating their sculpts in a different way.
Yeah.
And that's why like so many of the newer sculpts look so much better and why all the poses are getting more dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, I really love it because it's actually a really cool pose.
I wish you saw it from the front. I mean, I do think it'll look a lot better from up front.
Maybe
he's
yeah.
jumping like this, and his swords are up like that.
I wonder to what degree you
cool.
can kind of maybe change the pose slightly. I don't know, because sometimes with those models, like with Gorshade, you know, a lot of people had him where his sword was kind of down. I have mine where he's a little more up. You know.
Well, there's usually a little play. You can always do some minor modding.
Beasts tend to be a little more fickle than that. Like you can't really.
I mean, like
do that, but
I do that with like every Retribution Warjack because like their normal poses are really static and boring, but I've like modded all of them just very slightly so that they have more interesting poses. I'm sure you could do the same thing with that guy if you wanted to.
Yeah, I did notice that you know, and a lot of people are, of course, you know, everything's gonna be the new Mallet Karn for Legion, which is probably true. I
think it's just now become standard practice to say that every heavy War Beast or Warjack with 2 weapons is the new Mallet Karn.
You know, talking about your new character Troll Beast, he has a what does he do for the Blitzers?
Veteran leadership.
Veteran leadership. I would be willing to bet this new Nephilim may have veteran leadership for the Nephilim.
Well, we talked about that before.
Yeah.
That seemed like a thing that he might have.
That would be
which would be really cool because then you might see like more soldiers, bolt throwers.
I always like those models.
Protectors.
You don't see them a whole lot.
Soldiers are really good.
Well, you know, another one you don't see is the Bloodseer. That's because he's not out yet.
Yeah.
Hey, but you've seen his model now.
We did see his
You've
model.
seen his model. You don't know when he's
so
coming out yet, but we've seen his model.
Yeah, and I'll probably get him getting 2. I really like.
But you know what?
he
He'll at least probably come out before Exigence does. Probably.
Maybe. Well, at least he'll be out around Gen Con.
Actually,
and he'll be obviously around Gen Con too,
with the what's it called? The Satyr, the Riphorn Satyr is released this month. Therefore, that means that the Bloodseer is now officially the very last Gargantuan's model to come out.
And we only got a couple months.
When that comes out, they'll all be released.
And we only got a couple more months for that. So there you are.
But no, I think like I kind of do hope that he has something that he can give to other Nephilim because that'd be really cool.
It would be neat to see a good Nephilim.
I mean, like Nephilim are already good. Mm-hmm. You know, I just wish people would take them.
They're better than I think a lot of people give them credit for, but it's sort of like Cryx. Cryx and Legion sort of, at least when you look on the forums, they tend to suffer from sort of the same things that everybody tends to take the same lists and the same models in those lists, and really everything else is just kind of.
That's kind of true for every faction, though. Every faction has its own thing that it focuses down on.
Yeah, I mean, there are people obviously who experiment with the models. I know I experiment with the different lists, different types of models, different lists. Like if I want to make a Nephilim list or an all flying list, obviously I have the beasts to do it, or I could do which you can see on the table.
Yeah, you might actually just have enough.
Yeah,
to do that. Maybe.
I don't have to count the points here. I've got a couple points worth. But you know, it is really cool to see when people put together lists like that. You know, like all Nephilim, or if they do like all the lesser, you know, or the smaller trolls. You know,
like that, like the Nis Archer lists that you're
you're
getting
I'm working on it
for.
too. You know,
it's gonna be so much fun.
That might be honestly need to be a list I need to take for the show because I think it's just one of those lists that's just going to be stupid. It'll be really dumb or it'll be pretty cool if I play it, depending on who I'm playing and what I'm playing. Because if I play against a list that's taking all jacks, it's going to suck. But if I play against an all infantry list, it's actually going to be a pretty formidable list, I think.
Although probably not like a meat mountain list.
You know what? Actually, well, we talked about doing it with Lilith, but you know, honestly, another really good person is Callus because Callus has he too can put out 2 Scather spells that if you walk through, you take about 14 damage rolls. I was like, there we go. So,
that's true.
And he gives my guys on Yoli if they're in his command area. So
I think the reason we originally thought of Lilith was because it like the feat gives everybody snipe. So
snipe. And then you put the stuff out, and then you can.
Well, the idea was like when we were first
keep
talking
me away
about
from
it,
the flags for.
When we were first talking about it, we were like, well, like nobody ever uses this unit, and everyone always says that Lilith has no scenario game. What if we put these 2 things together, and then you'll use these things, and Lilith will gain a scenario game? It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. We'll get the details all worked out. And I think it'll be fun to do. So there was that, but So anyway, there's that list. But yeah, I would like to see. It'd be interesting to see if he had the veteran leader for the Nephilim, which it seems sort of like when you look at the Jackson, sort of the new character stuff. Like it seems like they're kind of working with that. Like I think we'd mentioned this before, but it just seems like a lot of the stuff they're creating is sort of gearing the game to become more Jack heavy, more beast heavy and stuff.
Though it's sort of weird that they're trying to gear the game to be more beast heavy. It's usually pretty beast heavy.
Yeah, it's usually the other
But anyway.
stuff in there.
No, that's the opposite of the gripe I hear. It's
in Trolls,
so skewing back to infantry span.
In Trolls, I would say that's definitely true. Circle tends to be really focused on war beasts. Actually, that's for part of the reason why like Circle. Like, if you go to the Circle forums right now, the big gripe is the miserable Wing Mountain, because they're like, well, we just use all these warp wolves and we can't kill all these trolls. We can't kill enough trolls on a single turn with warp wolves. How do we deal with this? It's like, well, maybe run things that aren't more warp wolves.
Right.
It's like we have these things called Ravagers. Like, they'll kill. Like, one Ravager will kill one dude, and then he'll die, and then you'll kill another dude with another Ravager, and then he'll die. 1-for-1 trade seems good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So, all right, let's take a look at the next model we got here. Oh, we already looked at that one. This is the 3D rendering for the Beast pack for Legion.
I'm really excited to see what this is going to be.
The wasp-looking creatures.
You think they'll have poison? I bet they have poison.
I would bet they have poison too.
Yeah.
I don't even think crit poison. I think poison.
They'll probably just have poison, but they'll probably have like a really low POW attack. It'll probably be like 9 or 8,
10, yeah,
something really low.
Obviously, Isle of Sight flight.
I mean, those little hound guys. They're only like POW 8, right? But they flank with each other in Scorn.
Yeah, it's possible they may have flanking with each other. It would seem like a lot of these packs are obviously going to have some type of flanking with each other. But you know, I'm pretty stoked. I think they're going to be. I think they're gonna be a lot of fun. The beast packs. And see, I'm curious whether they have animuses, because I don't know if they're gonna.
And actually, this kind of brings me back to like Jason was saying he's really disappointed by the lack of exigence talk. Like, the thing that I'm most disappointed is not necessarily the spoiling of new models, but the explaining of beast packs. Like, they're like, we're gonna have beast packs, and then they just haven't said a single word about them. Like, well, how do they work?
They're like, when did we say that?
Like, how do these work? Like, I want to know how this works.
Can we start planning for this now? You know, it'd be
if the world is going to end, I want to know how.
Right.
Some people have speculated that they may have some synergy with the new Absolunia too. It would be kind of interesting. So.
Well, actually, if she can if she gives them all like the ability to warp, you know, for strength or something like that, that'd be really cool. Just like a whole little unit of guys,
and they all get +2 strength.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Oh my gosh.
I'm curious about their point cost and.
They'll probably cost close to like a beast.
I'm thinking like 5, 6, maybe like a point a piece or something.
Maybe
2 points a piece.
Maybe.
Depending on how many they have.
Well, I guess it depends on how good they are, right? It depends on how many are going to be in a unit and how good they are.
Yeah, and you still have to, deal with Reaving Fury and.
Yeah, you can transfer to.
How would you deal with them frenzy?
And if they frenzy,
the frenzy's gonna be stupid.
I'm gonna guess that if they frenzy, that
they all frenzy.
That's gonna be my guess.
And they probably don't
because
don't
they
attack
share
each
a
other.
fury pool, and they probably won't attack each other. That'll probably be the other rule, or maybe they will. Maybe they won't have that rule. Maybe they will just attack each other. Just be like, if you let your war beast pack frenzy, it might kill itself. Just,
Frenzy is such a funny rule. That'd be cool, funny to see have a spell that causes a warjack to frenzy on something.
There is a spell that causes a war beast to frenzy, right?
Or warjack. I'm talking about.
Or warjack.
Yeah, it'd be funny to see a jack frenzy out.
But doesn't Doomshaper have a spell that causes a war beast to frenzy, or is that Madrak?
Rampager.
Yeah.
Rampager, yeah.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious to do that to like a beast pack. And like if they attack each other when they frenzy, then they'll just like tear into one another. If they don't attack each other, then just like use it on them when they're standing in the middle of their own forces, and they all just like run off in different directions and kill a bunch of things.
It isn't exactly a frenzy though. I think it's you take control of it and
you take control, you can move and attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's pretty awesome. A Veil has that spell.
Oh man,
the P Veil.
Primal would be interesting on them.
Yeah. Team game. So, I honestly though, guys, I do want to do another team game pretty soon. I'd love to see us take a really good 25 points a piece and just but make like really just stupid hardcore. Let's just a big thrashing.
I'd be into that.
So, yeah, Jose's down for it too. So maybe we'll have to do that here in the upcoming weeks too. So, all right. So that's a little bit maybe upcoming stuff. That's actually all the models I have put up here. Now I was going to talk about too the obviously the new War Machine release coming out in 2015.
What's it called now?
Reckoning.
And which the font to me looks like Menoth font. I think Menoth is going to be the big in the story wise rise up because you at the end of this in Vengeance spoilers. Fast forward like 20 seconds from now, it's like the guy on the chariot, Resnick on the chariot, like he ends up like just wrecking like he ends up just dominating everything, and I have a feeling that
well, the northern like the Northern Crusade like goes through and wipes out some like Khador resistance.
So it's possible, you never know. But they are supposedly they're culminating this book, and then the next I don't know if it's Exigence or the next Hordes book are going to be like bringing the whole this whole conflict to a head.
Well, like, it's like yeah, I heard that too. It's like it's the whole thing about all this Athonk stuff, like the big long story that's been going on for like 4 or 5 books now. Like that's supposed to end here real soon.
And they said 2015 the dragons will rise. That's the other thing that
I'm actually really curious. Like, I get the really bad feeling that like Everblight's gonna nab this Athonk too. Like, I mean, he's kind of been like the Legion's sort of been thwarted a little bit as they go, but like
I can look at it like that.
There's all this like
Torque.
There's like all this rising of dragons and whatnot, and it just seems bad.
Or
maybe Torque will finally get like off of his fat ass and
I
do
know,
something.
Right? Dragon will rise out of bed.
Yeah. Well, they also mentioned, Jason, you mentioned too that they said that this seems to be this new book is going to be more like the Apotheosis, where like a lot of the jacks and things are going to be
specifically. They
did say
developers mentioned Apotheosis level character jacks for everyone.
Yeah.
So look under your seats like Oprah.
Everybody
gets an avatar too. Yay!
Epic Nightmare! Woo! Because he got crushed. They need to bring him back.
You get something broken, and you get something broken, and you get something broken. Yeah. Except you're the broken thing's not as broken.
Except Retribution, you guys are done.
So 2015, I better get like
I don't know.
Mog's brother.
You guys just got your Apotheosis Jack. You don't get another one. Because obviously that's the way it works with these things, especially with like Legion.
You know what I am really disappointed in though? That like they gave Retribution our Apotheosis level Jack finally. Like, but then they didn't give us like a Warjack of Renown, and everyone else got a second Warjack of Renown. I'm like, well, where's my special Warjack chassis that's not actually a character? I want one, please.
You have Phoenixes. I don't want to hear it. So. I like the Phoenix. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty good. All right, I can't deny that. Phoenix is pretty good.
I thought he was your Warjack Arena now, so...
They had a preview of the Minoth Heavy. It looked like a heavy Repenter. It had a spray.
A flamethrower, yeah, and a big mace with a spiked mace. Which was pretty good.
So probably going to be a 10-inch fire spray.
Yeah.
That's what Minoth needs. More of those things.
I know. I started thinking... As soon as I looked at it, I said, don't they already have like 6 of these?
But what special rule to make it broken?
The choir. That's the special rule that makes it broken. No. The choir and Rat 5. There you go. It's already broken because now it has a Rat 7 spray. Done.
10.
Done.
Yeah.
I broke it.
Or,
well,
that's all you needed.
The Convergence Battle Engine has a spray with auto fire.
D3 plus 1 sprays?
Maybe it has auto fire on a spray.
No.
D3 plus 1 sprays?
No.
Stop listening, Privateer Press. We're not talking about anything. So there was that, and they showed a new Khador Jack, which actually looked like a light. It was kind of. It looked thin. It looked small, but it had like 2 spikes coming out of his hands.
Maybe it will be.
Speed
oh my god!
5 light Khador Jack.
Maybe that'll actually be. Maybe that'll be like their new Apotheosis character Jack. It'll be a light Warjack. That would be actually really legit. Like
a light,
like Khador
character.
only has 2 light Warjacks. One is a character attached to a caster, and the other one's another character.
Yeah, I just keep thinking it's like the dervishes. Like if you could take multiple of those guys and if they had like armor piercing on their attacks, like oh my gosh, that would be ridiculous.
I would actually really love to see them get a light Jack, even if it is like a character. I would love to see them get like a really awesome light Warjack that acts like it's a heavy. Like it'll have like fists like that are way higher power than they should be for a light. They'll be like POW 15 fists on a light.
Yeah.
Because it's a Khador Jack, and that's just how it works.
Yeah.
Just like
And then what else? They showed a new Retribution Jack.
Do we have that
for
picture?
Gareth?
That's such a cool picture.
It's he's got the two sword like long swords coming on his back. He's holding it like Gareth, and they said that obviously that's who he's gonna be attached to.
So yeah, it actually that looks kind of cool. Like I looked at the picture and. The first
I want to see Gareth so bad. Like, dude, you need to put together Gareth list. It'd be awesome.
I just don't own Gareth.
I know. Well, we can get our hands on Gareth.
You want to buy me Gareth? I'll play Gareth.
I'll buy you I'm not going to say that on camera.
Buy me Gareth and like some kind of Mage Hunter unit, and I'll play you.
Yeah, I'll borrow one from somebody. You can play.
We could borrow it from John, right?
Yeah. He's still got it. So.
No, he does look cool though. The first thing I noted about that picture though is like it looks. First off, like it's going to be a Shail chassis just because of how sleek it's designed. It looks more like a Shail, but it also doesn't look like the existing Shail chassis. It looks like a totally new thing, which seems kind of cool. And then it's got the swords,
the 2 long swords,
and they are long, so it looks like they'll be long enough to have reach. And more warjacks with 2 reach weapons. I'm all for that. And
unless he's actually holding them backwards, then you don't get reach. So.
And then, of course, it's going to be a retribution heavy, so it's going to have a gun because all retributions heavies have guns, and I'm excited.
He didn't look like he had a gun on him though. That's the only thing.
That's the thing though. If he's a Shail Jack, it doesn't ever have to look like he has a gun because the way, like in fluff wise, the way that their guns work is they just focus their the energy field around them to shoot at something. That's how it works. Okay. So like the Vire Jacks have guns because they don't have energy fields, but the other ones don't. Like if you've seen the picture of Imperius, where would his gun be?
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, that is one sweet looking warjack. Oh my god, that guy looks so good.
Yeah, I know, and he's definitely going to be on probably one of the next games.
Actually, you know what? Don't buy me Gareth. Buy me that. Buy me Imperius.
Oh yeah, I'll just buy you.
And then I'll just play.
Don't buy the $6 character, guy.
And then
buy me the the $30.
And then every game I play, I'll just be like Virus and Imperius, and you'll never get tired of him ever.
If you do that for him, I quit.
What does defense?
See what they put me into?
Defense,
they put me in these corners.
13, armor 20, unkillable jerk sounds bad to you? Is it the fact that he'd be like speed 8 with mat 7 and 2 reach weapons that cause fire? What's the problem here? I don't understand.
Would somebody explain to me the problem here? I don't get it. So anyway, yeah. All right, so yeah, that's what's coming up in Reckoning. They showed another possible character. Some people think it's a character unit for Mercs. It's a guy, some old-looking guy with 2 kind of like pirate dancer chicks.
Very much.
And one looks like the Joker. She's got the big smile on her face. And the other one's like she's got a patch over one eye, and her hair's kind of covering her face.
Character Italian unit.
So they've spoiled 2 things for Talion. One in this book, one in the next book.
Yeah, I might have to dust them off.
By the way, I just want to go on record that like if they release another like Gobber thing into a Hordes book that will not work for minions, that is just going to be the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah, we were minion players were a little upset about that, so, and rightly so. So, yeah, look, we're getting 2 battle engines, and you can't even fix them. That's fantastic. So
that really is terrible. Like they just need to errata their
I think
their things so that he can be taken. By
once they get the balance, they should. They really should. So anyway, but so anyway, we got a game tonight for you. Although we actually have a special guest player. His name's Austin. He plays Legion, and he's going to be playing that pThags, his new tier list with the Beast Mistresses and a lot of lessers. And
he really believes in the Beast Mistress.
He does. And I'm actually taking the new Gore Shade, and his it's not a tier list, but it's a list that I've been practicing with and actually been doing really, really well with. I've been playing different games, and you can kind of see how I played in the show. And what's really funny is that there's sort of a mini drinking game in this episode. Just I'm gonna give you guys a second to go get your alcohol ready, because basically what happens is that at one point I use Daragrath to use what I call Bad Day, but it's Beyond Death, and I forget that it's up during my opponent's turn, and he continues to murder some infantry. So every time Eric loses a model that he's not supposed to, and I'll let you know, trust me, in the video where those are, take a shot. So. Yeah, so hopefully you're not dead by the time we get to the post game. But
alcoholism's a real problem.
We're not advocating for alcoholism, but you better have a high alcohol tolerance for this game. So, but other than that, it's actually a fantastic game. Austin was really cool coming out and playing it. So we'll go ahead and get to the game. You guys can check it out, and we will see you guys on the other side. This week on Counterslam, it's Evil versus Evil. Player 1 this week is Austin, who's bringing Prime Thagrosh, a Ravagore, a Naga Nightlurker, a Carnivian, a Succubus, a Shredder, 3 Beast Mistresses, all bringing Stingers and Shredders, 2 Shepherds, a Spawning Vessel, a Spell Martyr, and Blightedness and Hellion. Player 2 this week is Eric, who's bringing Goreshade, Lord of Ruin, a Scarlock Thrall, Nightmare, Daragrath, full unit of Bane Riders, Blackbane's Ghost Raiders, Mechana Thralls with Scarlock Commander and 2 Brute Thralls, Necrosturgeon and Stitch Thralls, and a unit of Soul Hunters. Scenario this week is Close Quarters. If you dominate the friendly flag, you get 1 control point. If you control the enemy flag, you get 1 control point. And if you dominate the enemy flag, you get 2 control points. The way you win is you get 5 control points, or you assassinate the other person's warlock or warcaster. Let's see what our players had to say before the game.
So yeah, today I'm bringing pThags, one of my all-time favorite Legion casters, and I'm also trying his brand new tier list, New Blood. It's not that, against Cryx, it's not that great because it requires him using spawning vessels, and, well, you can't gain corpse tokens off of undead models. But the rest of that, I'm interested in trying the 3 Beast Mistresses and their packs, seeing how they all work. They might do well, they might horribly fail. I'm expecting all the little beasts to die, but I honestly think they're going to take a lot of stuff out. They're going to take a lot of stuff with them, and I'm hoping they just easily tie up, buy me a turn or two that I can move all my forces into position, possibly win by scenario, or even get a lucky mutagenous on Thags, teleport next to his caster, and then kill him outright.
Hey guys, this week I'm going to be playing against Austin, our guest host for this week, and he's a Legion player, and he really likes, I know he likes pThags a lot, so and I know he's going to be taking his new tier list, which I've heard is pretty good. I haven't had a chance to play against it, but I have seen it. So I figure what I'll do this week is I will bring the new Gorshade so people can see what he's capable of doing and see if he can take on big pThags himself and take him down and his beasts. Or if I can just bypass all that with the feet and manage to get off an assassination. So it'll be a pretty interesting list. Play tested a couple times, and I think you guys will really enjoy it, and it'll give you an idea of maybe something that might work for a good tournament list. So, good luck, Austin. Welcome to the show. You're probably going to need the luck because this is going to be a ridiculously difficult list to play against, I'm sure. All right, so we got deployments. I got Austin here. We're going to talk about this game, and as you can see for my deployments, I take up literally like the whole span of the table.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it like...
Which is really funny with all the cavalry. What you get to see Austin's list here in a second, and you get to see how little room it
I know, right? It's like, okay, so
right
how
there,
am I going to, my spawning vessel and...
I'm going to beat all your models, both of them. No, but, it's just funny because there's like...
all the... Yeah, my little stuff to...
When I first started playing Legion, it's funny, that was one of the things that used to get me all the time. I used to be so afraid to play other people's armies because I was like, I've only got like 6 models on the table and everyone else is like all the way across the table.
Yeah, seeing a Cryx army with infantry, I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah, and that's really is the difference between, hordes and War Machine. I mean, War Machine's very infantry heavy. And
yeah, Legion really kicks butt though.
Yeah,
with its beast.
Yeah, and this is kind of one of those battles. It's like, all right, you got the new Gorshade, you got Thags. We'll see who can take it out here. And this is not a tier list for Gorshade. This is a very simple list.
Simple, yeah.
Yeah, and really you'll start to see here like the way I play it here. This game is how I've been playing it. It's worked out really well every time. So, but this is running my Soul Hunters up as far as I can. I probably could have got that guy closer to the wall, but I decided against it. So these guys obviously gain Incorporeal during their activation.
Stupid Incorporeal.
So they get to run through other models, which is nice. Given their big bases, being able to do that is pretty ridiculous. So Daragrath moves up.
The person you always forget how to use.
He runs. Then I run up my Blackbanes. And you know what's funny? The Blackbanes, I think, honestly, are the most important part of
yeah, they
list.
don't seem like your eyes glance upon the battlefield and it's like, oh my gosh, cavalry, and then you see those annoying little Blackbanes. They just run up and Incorporeal go past you. And
yeah, my Blackbanes are pretty. I think they're pretty average looking. I think most people tend to paint them that color because that's the color they are in the book.
Yeah.
So.
Little things.
But I like them. I do tend to run them quite a bit. And I found it to be pretty useful in most lists that I take them in. So I go move my Mechanthrals next, and so I got my 2 Brute Thralls there. And
so they were like 1 point for an 8-box model or something like that?
What was that?
Yeah.
The Brute Thralls have 8 hitboxes, and they're 1 point models. They're amazing. Other combo strikes, they're power and strike 19s on their hits, which is nice.
Yeah,
but
I instantly marked those as a threat as soon as you said something about it.
You know what's funny is that the Mechanthrals in this list are actually sort of the... I'm trying to think. Sort of like the pain in this list because they're so slow compared to everything else.
they get in the way.
They sort of do. It's not uncommon that when I use Gorshade's feat that I have to literally remove some of the... I have to kill some of the Mechanthrals just to get them out of the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
And, which is a little weird. I'd be curious if you're watching this and on YouTube and if you played in that way too. Let me know what you think, because it's pretty ridiculous, I think.
I mean, if Gorshade 3 gained Incorporeal on his turn, just like the Soul Hunters, it would solve that problem altogether.
Yeah. So I'm activating Gorshade here. I put Infernal Machine on the Nightmare. I got Scything Touch on the Bane Knights, which I'm hoping I'll get to use a little more than I did in my last game with Jeremy. He's obviously got Ghostly, and so Nightmare is going to run here.
To be honest, I really wasn't worried about the Bane Cav. I was more worried about the Soul Hunters than anything else.
Oh, and I put... did I put Occultation on my caster? I might have. I don't know if I'm sitting on the 2 or not. I didn't see that.
I think you put Occultation on your caster there because I remember casting Obliteration and not being able to.
Well, Occultation, while it seems like it's completely pointless against Legion, it doesn't help a lot. But given that your caster and your little floaty guy with the spells, he can't spell martyr. They don't have Eye of Sight, so that helps that you can't.
So my turn. After seeing the models on Eric's side of the field, I'm like, I'm just gonna flail here, bide my time. I'm just going to start popping Animuses everywhere now. First off, the Nightbane, putting it
Night
on.
Lurker, you mean?
Yeah, the Night Lurker. Yeah, the Night Lurker.
That guy.
That guy, the model that apparently is our Gorax
Sneaky
of Legion.
I don't know about all that, but he's pretty good.
Says Jeremy.
I'm starting to take him in more lists. So
I'm just gonna run the Naga up into the forest and get its prowl ability. And kind of keep it there. Be a nuisance, get in the way.
Alright, so you got Thags going next here.
Yep, spending 3, popping Fog of War, because it's just like Shadow Pact, you never want to drop it.
Yeah, it's funny when you cast that, because I started looking around, I was like, I don't think I have anything with range.
I know, that was the interesting thing about this list, was because I have the Spawning Pot.
Yeah.
And you'll see that does absolutely pointless anything. Well, and with the tier list, you can't take any other infantry, so unless you're going to use the Spawning Pot little pot holders as your legionnaires or something.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have anything to shoot you with, so I don't know if Fog of War is going to be real great for you. I mean, I guess maybe if I go to cast spells or something, but
yeah, I'm just throwing up Animuses on Thagarash.
And I saw you put Tenacity on him.
Yeah, always that +1 armor, +1 defense. And then I'm just gonna sit on to just bide my time and see what happens. And this is a completely new list to me, so better to be safe than sorry. I could have spent those last 2 for another Spiny Grove somewhere.
It's funny, you ran that Spell Martyr over off to the side. I wasn't paying attention because I was shooting the video.
Yeah, well, I was hoping.
I didn't see it, and so
I was hoping to get a surprise little because I saw you ignored it for a little bit, and
yeah, I
was hoping to run it up, then run it to the side, and run it in the middle so I can channel Mutagenist through it, and get Thagger. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because here's where it is. You put the ability where I can't shoot you, and I was like, I don't have any guns.
Yeah, I know that. See, I'm like against this list, this tier list is kind of like falling on its butt. I'm just gonna move the Succubus up and just put a free Animus, Tenacity.
Being able to do auto 1 points, anything that's when you directly hit something in that little area is pretty nice. Granted, I don't have many 1 wound models except for the infantry. So it's kind of
Yep, and I riled
not hard to kill.
Riled the Carnivian and just walked him up and hoping to get into a better position. Move the Ravagore behind the wall for extra defense. What I should have done was pop Dragon's Fire.
Yeah,
But then I realized I had too much Fury floating around.
Yeah, I did notice that too. I was like, that's a lot of Fury on the table. Okay, turn 2.
Not to mention the Beast Mistresses and all the Fury they have. So I have to keep track of all this stuff.
It's just funny because turn 2, I thought all your beasts I thought your army was just going to implode on itself.
I know. I thought so much Fury. But then you realize you have 3 lesser warlocks in there. And there goes my shot from the Ravagore. Miss, obviously.
So, yeah, you missed the Soul Hunter you were going for. So.
Yeah.
Deviating, was it 2 inches to 2?
Yeah, it was 2 inches to 2.
You can kind of see here. It actually ends up going over like 4 or 5 models, including Derek Wrath.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
You know, I was hoping to go for the... it landed on the Blackbane, and, well, you can't hurt him.
Yeah. Ironically enough, is you can set them on fire. They're not immune.
I know, which is why I was kicking myself for not popping Dragon's Fire on Ravagore.
The only problem with that is that because they're incorporeal, they'll even if it doesn't go out, they don't take damage.
Oh, really?
It's not magical.
Even if, okay.
So.
Yeah.
Like it still stays on them, but they don't burn until they become.
This is the Ravagore helplessly trying to damage something.
Yeah, I don't think you do damage to anything. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah,
so.
My rolls seem a little bit low right now, but just wait.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's no damage going around the table here.
Yeah, absolutely nothing got hurt from that Ravagore. Okay, now I'm going to start activating the meat of the list, the Beast Mistresses. My goal was for them is to energize and basically jam the Lesser War Beast in your face. And
you know, it's funny because I was watching this when I was editing this video together, and I was like, okay, I'll get into it more when we actually get there. But like, I was like, man, you get in my face this turn. I was shocked. Like, I really thought I was gonna pop my feet the next turn, and have to like immobilize all your little stuff and wipe it off the table. So I thought I was gonna take that whole turn doing it.
Yeah.
But what's weird is like you're able to get in my face with these things turn 1, and
yeah,
so
here's
it
my
kind of made up my
helpless
mind for me. I was like, well, if I don't have to pop my feet, I'll just kill those little beasts anyway and keep going. So.
The helpless Stinger moving up and attempting. I should have charged with the Stinger instead of attempting to use its Fire Breath, but I was just hoping just to hit multiple Mechanothralls and just knock them out where they become too big. Again, I don't even think the Stinger or anything does something at the moment, even boosted.
So he hits.
And
so you're like dice -6 on the Soul Hunter.
Yeah. I actually boost. Let's see if I does the Stinger actually kill it?
Yeah,
yeah. Roll 3. Crit.
Could have done without that.
Crit consume.
Well, no, that's a damage roll. What? Fire. Why can't my stuff be immune to fire? Anyway.
Yeah. They're already immune to acid. And then the Shredder is just gonna rabid and just go the distance. Because it always surprised me how fast Shredders can charge.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is putting this video together, what I was saying earlier, when I put this video together, I went back and I remeasured how far you were moving everything, and sure enough, man, you are literally, I mean, that's exactly how far you can get. I was shocked. I was thinking maybe you added a couple extra inches or like, because I'm like, man, how could he get my face that quick? Like, I was just in shock. Like, you had me going back after the game was shot and going back and like looking at stuff. So
yeah, instead of the Stingers, I could see taking like four Shredders with her.
So he kills.
The Shredder just goes and goes no.
I was like, really? Okay.
What I can see with the taking 4 Shredders instead of the Stingers, but in order to get the tier list, you need to take dig-in models, and I don't really feel like taking the Tariff.
You know what? Actually, I just realized something with in regards to your Stinger. I was double checking because I just thought about it. He actually doesn't have Pathfinder.
Oh, he does not have Pathfinder.
No, the Shredder gets it because he can force for it.
Yeah,
but,
I'm still stuck.
I know somebody's going to comment on that.
Mode.
Somebody's going to. Yeah, I know somebody's going to comment on that in the thing. Well, he couldn't do that. So, oh yeah. By the way,
we're going to have anything anyway.
So we're going to have a drinking game, right? And so now every time Eric loses a model this game, and he shouldn't have, you're going to take a shot. So okay, I just lost. I just lost a Soul Hunter that apparently I shouldn't have lost. So take a shot.
Well, that was a Shredder that killed your Soul Hunter.
No, not that
was
one.
The Stinger. Okay.
Yeah, the Stinger. So take a shot.
Yay!
So
Shredder charges again.
Yeah, Shredder gets in there, charges. He hits.
I think charge the big thing.
-4, 8 damage. You just enough to kill the big guy. I was like, wow, he is like.
So it's not the time where.
What is up with these little things?
Where
killing my
I was playing
stuff?
the battle box and the 4 Shredders took down a bronze back by themselves.
Yeah.
They are vicious. Shredders are just vicious.
Yeah, so you got Stingers going after the Bane Rider.
Yep, and then I realized that I'm still stuck in rabid mode, so I really shouldn't have moved that far, but we correct that here.
Oh no, that's actually not this one.
Oh, it's not.
No, I think it's the one back there.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm still stuck thinking Stingers or Shredders because I never use Stingers. So
yeah, but the tier list requires you to take three
dig in units.
Yeah,
so,
3 models with dig in.
And tariffs really aren't the ideal thing to take dig in with.
Yeah. So
Stinger goes in.
Did 2 damage to my Bane Rider. I knew you were gonna kill a Bane Rider with one of those suckers. That's like there's no way.
My Shredder would have been hilarious.
And then you end up losing your body aspect too.
Yep, and I'm gonna go ahead and energize up the 3rd pack.
I'd be willing to bet that's probably why people don't normally tend to take the Stingers are mainly because of that.
Yeah.
And those those are flags on the table. So
yeah, I didn't realize they were flags until the second to last turn of the game.
Well, it's just one of those things that, like, when you're doing your charge, like going through things, like
and there goes the running, charging Shredder.
Yeah,
and it's gonna attempt to kill a Bane Rider.
All right, let's go see how it does. So,
I think I flipped this, or this one, or was this when I start rolling good?
No,
okay,
you get it. Uber crit with three of the same numbers again, like 3 6s. So.
Crit poison.
I think it's 2 more damage.
Yeah.
2 more damage, so. Yeah, I wasn't too worried about losing my Bane
Riders
to these
at
guys.
this point, after I saw what the Shredders and Stinger did, I'm like, okay, I'm going to ignore them from now on. They're not worth it.
I think your Stinger still could have actually hit that Bane Rider. I think he probably would have been moved back, an inch or so. I think he actually would have made it because he has a reach with his tail. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's where you measured and
the rat
too far away because you're going after Nightmare and I was looking at that.
I didn't realize why in the heck I was going after Nightmare.
Yeah,
of all things.
Well, it doesn't hurt to lock up beasts because now
it was kind of there just to keep Nightmare but he can trample over them.
I can, but that'd be wasting all my initial attacks and that can be kind of a pain. So. So you moved over some stuff, and then your shepherds, and now it's my turn too. So.
Wasn't too exciting, and now I think you
can kind of see where people are on the table. You can see you got lots of Cryx down there at the bottom,
and I have Animus and Fury everywhere.
So you do have a lot of stuff in my face that I have to deal with.
Oh yeah, that's what really surprised me. It's like the thing I didn't like about the Beast Mistress was that once you send your Lesser War Beast out like that, they're kind of just sitting ducks.
Yeah. Well,
they're like missiles.
That's kind of the way it is with most lessers. I mean, once you commit
like
them,
missiles. Once they did their thing, if your opponent doesn't hit them, they just turn around and.
Yeah, I mean, once you commit any lesser, they're committed.
It's usually.
And so I'm upkeeping all of my spells. Deciding touch in the Infernal Machine.
Yeah, you dropped Oculation.
Yeah. If I'd cast it, I dropped it. So. So I got my Bane Riders of Shredder first.
And this is when they start killing my poor Stinger and Shredder.
It's nice that they have Ghostly too, so they don't take free strikes. So I knew I was gonna be able to get all the way around. So I got these guys moving. So the one's gonna go there, making sure I had 3 inches, which I did. And then end up moving up here. So. Yeah, sorry, my dog's going crazy. Silly Chichi. Alright, so we got Bane Riders moving around, going after the Lessers. I'm hoping that they'll take out most of the Lessers so that way I get a chance to move in with my other stuff and take out,
and then
at least move farther up the field.
I was praying that the Lessers survived this, even though I knew they weren't going to.
So I cursed the Shredder.
Yeah, because that's
I knew he
wasn't used of cursing.
I was getting a little tired of Shredders going around and hitting things, so I hit that guy. Armor's 12, so I'm 15 on the charge. So, plus Sight and Touch 17, so I'm dice plus 3. So I did 12 damage, which was funny because he's got 1 hit point left. And
yeah, about that.
Yeah, so
there's a lot of that.
I could have done the cavalry, attack as well, but I didn't declare it. So, so the second one hits, automatically kills.
Yeah, poor Shredder.
And you're outside of your command with your...
Of course.
So...
I knew at that point, it's like... Actually, no, I was out of range. And poor Stinger.
Shredder goes flying, yeah.
It hit it with so hard with your sword, it punted it.
That'd be awesome. So we're going after the Stinger.
Stinger, I think it faces a similar fate as the...
I fixed the dice cam too here in a minute because I realized it was off. I didn't realize it was so cockeyed. But so 15 or 17 again against 12 armor again. So +5.
Slap.
Definitely kill that guy.
And that one I believe I was in range of. No, I was not. Okay.
Charge the second one, or yeah.
The Stinger in the middle of the back.
Go to hit. So I do 12 damage to it, which normally wouldn't be enough to kill it, but since his body aspect was out because he hit the Bane Rider, he's gone to and unable to reave. So I'm helping you take care of your Fury problem. So
yeah, that's another thing. I wasn't worried about the Beastmistress and their Fury. They were fine.
I was like, okay, what do I do next? So I move up the charge of the Soul Hunters.
And then you kill a poor Shredder.
No, that's a Stinger. That's an altered Stinger.
Oh yeah, that is a Stinger.
Which is funny because he's basically a Shredder with a pike or something on his tail. So
it's actually a horn.
Okay.
I cut off the Shredder tail and put a horn.
So one way you get an extra Stinger, I guess. So, so I go to charge.
They're
Mistress
the
there.
All sense.
And this guy goes and charges the... Or he's just running to engage. He's not charging the Night Lurker because he couldn't see him. But I didn't want the Naga Night Lurker getting in my face shooting other stuff too. And I'm like, I'm going to engage him. So I go to hit your Beast Mistress. Or no, this is the Stinger, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Stinger.
So straight dice on damage.
Ooh,
enough to do it?
Yeah, that's a dead Stinger. And I do actually read this one from... Oh yeah, she does have one shot. She has
so I go for the Beast Mistress, and the first roll I think I need like a 6 to hit, which I roll 4, so I miss. Second attack, now I need 8s to hit, and I roll... I think that's where I noticed the camera's off. Yeah. So
I think this is when your dice start going south.
7. So I need to attack with my... Again, another 7. So what a waste of a Soul Hunter, I tell you what.
Just a Beast Mistress.
Yeah, so I do my light cav move the guy who killed the Stinger over a little bit. Man, I couldn't believe I only had 2 of those guys left.
I can't imagine I killed that many.
So Blackwing's get a run charge order.
Oh, and this is when they just start getting annoying. Now they're all up in my face, and I have to deal with them, and and they're really hard to deal with unless you have magic.
Yeah, unless it's Menoth. I mean, there's really not much in the way of magic weapons. I mean, if you took like Typhon, for example, and you had 3 sprays, and you can make a magical with the Naga Knight Lurker, that'd be really good. But that's
Typhon's just a giant point sink.
Yeah,
he's good for what he does, but well, if you're taking an Archangel, well.
Yeah, so there's that. They're running up ahead. No attacks. They're just running. Oh, I thought I was done, but then I realized I had 3 more guys still left there in the corner. I'm used to taking the 6-man unit, not the 10-man, in this particular list. But this list, I thought it might be beneficial to do it just in case, because I'd hate to run a game where I actually lost all my Black Banes before my feet turn. So Derek Wrath moves up here. I'm like, all right, let's get him out of the way. And here's where I use
Bad Day.
Well, I call it Bad Day, but it's Beyond Death. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was BD, and it's called. Oh, you got your bad day. And
usually,
this is where after this turn is when the drinking game really begins.
Oh yes.
So
get your vodka, get your wine, get whatever you want because it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, so
also, you might not be conscious after this after.
Yeah, so Nightmare's moving up. He's swinging on the little guy, little Shredder. Which is funny because he takes 12 damage. So I got to waste another attack.
So technically, by the
I got him. So
yeah, Nightmare going after a Shredder. That was funny.
I wish Nightmare had like consume or something where you could regenerate after you heal, after you kill something living. It'd be awesome. Carnival or something. But so I decided to run my Mechanthrals again because they're so slow and there's so many of them. They really do kind of tend to jam up a little bit. It's
and at this point, he's all in my face. So I'm
and I know that anything with AOE's it's another reason why this list is a little difficult too. Is because if you're running anything with, if I'm going against anything with AOE's, because my Mechanthrals all kind of get in the way, like it's real easy to clear them out.
Yeah.
Not it doesn't hurt to have a 5-point target that kind of makes your opponent have to waste
that
the
if your
whole turn
opponent can't kill it, it's gonna get combo strike. You're gonna get combo strikes off in their face.
Yeah, their combo strikes are nice too. Especially that's the thing too with Gorshade's feet that makes them really nice because when they're auto hit and they got their combo strikes, oh my gosh! I mean, put Scything Touch on them, your little Mechanthrals are hitting at 17s and your big guys are hitting at 21s. I mean, that's just a no-brainer at that point. So,
hey, they hit like a colossal now.
Not that Bane Thralls would do any less, but I mean they don't hit for 21 on a charge, so that's a little different.
I was expecting to see Bane Thralls in all honesty. Well, when I was coming into this.
Yeah, so I did make one extra little Mechanthrall that turn with the Necrosurgeon. So then I activate my caster, who I move over, I move up, and let's see what I do. I don't remember what I do. I do something. I think
you put Oculation on the Mechanthrals.
Yeah, I spent 4 to bring back.
Oh yeah, and this is when I found this guy's really silly. He's like Morvana. Oh, by the way, I'm bringing back a model. Except it's not a feat.
Yeah. So yeah, Mockery of Life that the spell is using. It's pretty nice. It is pretty nice.
And then you just use the Needle of Venus just to tie stuff up too.
Yeah. So I move. Okay, that's right. I moved the Scarlock up because I was like, I only got one focus up. How do I do Occultation? But I moved the Scarlock up
and then put Occultation
on Mechanthrals, and it's really to stop mutagenesis because I knew you were going to try.
Yeah, I was attempting to go for it.
I do have a tendency to get Gorshade a little too engaged a little early sometimes, and I was like, last thing I need to do is kill that Mechanthrall that's right in front of me and stand and put Thagros there and start wailing.
Now I actually have Fury tokens because I used them.
Yeah. So
yeah,
the little shredder down the front frenzies. He's down the one that's right by the Scarlock Thrall. So we had to kind of look up the rule because he wasn't facing anything. And I was like, well, how does that work? And it turns out he does get to make a full movement. Oh no, this is the Naga Nightlurker.
Yeah, the Naga frenzies and it attempts to bite something.
Yeah. So he actually misses because you need a 7, you need a 6. Which I was like, thank goodness for that. Tired of losing Soul Hunters. So you have to roll on the Shredder here, which he does also frenzy, and he does get to make a full movement.
So and happens to be next to the Scarlock
Thrall, and he hits,
and I think I just outright killed the Scarlock Thrall.
Yes, I was actually more upset for that than you realize. I was like, wow. So you're like dice -2 on damage.
And then all the animuses fell off.
Yeah. Actually, the Scarlock Thrall will disappear in a second. I was waiting for him to collect all his animus and fury and all that jazz. So Beastmistresses each cut themselves for 3.
Yep. And they get max fury. We're gonna.
I was like, well, I guess that makes sense since all their guys are dead. That you'd cut them and they can still.
Because they can't flank anymore.
Yeah.
They do have a nice magical spell called Blood Rain.
So you're casting Blight Storm with the Hellion and the Sorceress.
What I thought this was everything underneath it immediately took 1 damage. No. Yeah. I misread it wrong.
Yeah, I was like, that's not how that works, but that's not a bad thing putting it right there because obviously if you hit my Mechanthralls then they're gonna take damage. And given what you can see, that's not a bad idea to put it right there. So you got Naga's Animus going.
Yep, and I put it on the Carnivian. Going for the spray. While attempting to.
So he's got Tenacity. Puts on the Carnivian as well. Oh, you can only have one Animus, that's right. Tenacity on
then
itself.
I just put...
You know, it's funny. I really like pThags.
I just like the fact that you can just spam animuses like crazy. Like, more animus. Excessive healing with Typhon.
Yeah. Well, I really like pThags, especially with his ability, like, it drops everything by -2 strength. That's really cool. Or minus... Yeah, it's minus 2. Is it minus 2
Between,
strength?
it's a -2 strength and 9 inches.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I'm sure it's helped people win a lot of games. So move over 6 with your...
Yeah. Okay, begin the drinking game, guys.
Well, it's actually not so much with this model. It's the following models that I shouldn't have been losing on. This one's actually pretty legit, believe it or not. So.
Oh, and this one, the spray.
Yeah. So you hit.
Yeah, and this is when I start.
Because your spray's just automatically kill these guys, but your, it's just.
And this is when I just start rolling like crazy.
I'm like, okay, seriously, can you roll any more like boxcars or 11 or anything?
Oh yeah, just wait and see. Oh, next guy. Not a problem.
It's one of those things that it's just sometimes when people
just
roll high after high, you just like, man, are they cheating or something? You know, but they're my dice. This is my table. Of course he's not cheating.
Yeah, and I don't do that anyways.
I'm starting to feel like Jose and Jason complain all the time that my dice somehow managed to cheat. I should have home court advantage. So anyway, so you need 12s to hit behind the back the Scott Commander, which you do not hit. And then the Beast Mistress activates. And so what's she doing?
Well, she's going to spend 3 to throw Blood Rain. And hoping to capitalize on the Mechanothralls being next to each other.
Yeah, and of course that's something that can hurt the Blackbanes. So it's definitely
I think I pick up also 1 Blackbane with that too.
Yeah, it's a...
And plus it does an auto point of corrosion as well.
Yeah.
And this is also a fair amount of rolling.
So you end up hitting like 5 models.
Yeah, and we'll see how many I kill here.
5 or 6 models. This is pretty ridiculous. So they're not immune to corrosion, so they're all corroded immediately. Mm-hmm. And it kills the first guy outright because he doesn't have any hit points. So you're dice -6. Now technically you're supposed to be dice -8.
Yes, technically.
So this one here should not have killed him. Take shot. So let's see what else. Let's see how many other ones we can do here. So there's an 8. So you actually needed a 9. So take a shot. So you need 9s to kill. And this one is another 8. So take another shot. All you're doing is clearing out a path for me to get to your caster. Is all you're doing. You know, I'm just letting you kill my guys. So you actually kill this guy, which he would have only taken 3. So guess what? Take another shot.
Yeah, this was hilarious. The Blood Rain just
because you actually were within the 9 inches of Derek Wrath with her.
Oh yeah.
Plus I think your Carnivian he was pretty close. He may have been actually outside the 9 inches, so it may not have affected him anyway. So you got your second chick who's going to cast Blood Rain.
And this is when I get a bit confused with spells and line of sight blocking. So you're going to see a bit of skipping here.
So 9s to hit, and you miss. But it does deviate.
It does deviate, which auto corrosion celebration.
And you were going after, was it the Soul Hunter?
Yeah, it was nope, it was that 1 Blackbane, I think. Or was it?
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
Yeah, it was the Blackbanes.
So yeah, so you hit the two Blackbanes, or no, I'm sorry, the Blackbane and the Soul Hunter that's in front of you.
Yeah,
the 2 that I hit.
I almost went over her.
Okay, that one's probably legit, but
Blood Rain has ridiculous POW, which
even with it, so you didn't have to take a shot on that one if you're still awake. And
you're on the ground.
Yeah. So you got your third Beast Mistress going.
Blood Rain.
Oh, you know what? I just realized is that Soul Hunter should have had corrosion on him. We didn't put a token down.
Well,
not that I think it really matters.
Was that the one that you threw in front of me with Mockery of Life?
Yeah.
Then that would have mattered.
Yes and no. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know that it really mattered a whole lot. But so you hit.
Yep. Power strength 9. Not weapon master, but I'm gonna go ahead and
6.
It'd be a lot nicer if she was weapon master. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah. So, buying an attack on... Oh, yeah, because you're attacking with your sword with her.
Yeah. I realized I couldn't hit anything with Blood Rain that was in line of sight that I actually wanted to hit, so I just decided to just hit stuff with swords.
So, you end up doing... So you do enough to kill that guy.
Woohoo! Chalk up 1 score for the Beastmistress.
So you got your Ravagore.
Yep. And it's gonna lob a shot at Mr. Bad Day, I believe. And I actually popped Dragon's Fire this time.
Yeah. It's nice when you're able to do things like that. Yep, so you hit Derek Wrath. You're shooting at him.
Attempt to, at least.
Yeah, so he's like a defense 14. Oh, it's right, you're just short, so it ends up landing right in front of him.
Yep, but I had Dragon Fire, so I wasn't too worried. So it ends up hitting what I wanted to anyways, just not with the full.
Yeah, it hits
POW.
him. Yeah, but even then, you know, POW 8s.
It's POW 8 at this point.
So it did 2 damage to him. And he's on fire, and it's a legitimate damage because you're outside my 9 inches.
The whole game was about illegitimate damage, I think.
See, I was just giving you models because I really want to get Gorshade your caster, and the only way I could do that was if you kill all my models in front of me, so I just let you kill them. I chose not to let Bad Day work.
Sure. I think you forgot about it like every time.
Yeah, I forgot about it. So. Which was actually really frustrating because it could have... I mean, the game could have turned out quite a bit differently. I was a little upset, believe it or not, after this turn when I realized what was going on. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of a little upset because I had a lot of Mechanthrals that just died that probably shouldn't have. So, of course, you can't really go back, not while you're recording a game. So, you know, hey, if this was a tournament, you know, I wouldn't be able to take it back anyway because I pulled him off the table. So, so you kill the little guy.
Yeah.
Another Soul Hunter. Another Soul Hunter lost to a Shredder. Fantastic. That's actually the Shredder that is attached to Thagrosh, not one of the mistresses. So I saw you ran the succubus up there in front of Thagrosh because
at this point
I was coming at you.
At this point, I'm trying to let's block as much as to Thagrosh as I can.
And you put tenacity on her too, which I thought was actually brilliant because she's already defense 14. So
yes, I'm just putting up roadblocks at the moment.
15 is pretty, can be difficult to hit a lot of times.
Right now I'm just throwing up roadblocks because at this point I had a feeling that you were going to charge him with the Black Banes. There's nothing I could do about it. Yeah,
and we know that the pot can't run or charge. Thank you viewers for showing us the error of our ways from the last time I ran these guys and they charged something.
The pot charged. Throw the pot at something.
Well, not the pot itself, but the guys. The guys.
That'd be hilarious.
The leader. I still contend that the pot is the leader, but whatever. So there's your little spell martyr, which
this is.
I'm like, I don't really care about him. So move up your shepherds, and
I think it would have mattered if it would have lasted another turn.
Yeah, or maybe if you got a chance to move it up first, maybe you could have cast something. But
mutagenous from the side.
Yeah, so this is my third turn. You can see what's on the table. There's quite a bit more empty space, but we're definitely a lot closer to each other. And got...
and at this point I realized I left a giant gaping hole next to Thagrosh.
I was like, you know what? I know this is definitely going to be my feet turn, especially now that I got my Black Banes there. I roll the fire does not go off on Derek Wrath, so I did remember that.
Woohoo fire.
And you do 1 point or 2 more points to him. So he's taking like 4 points or something damage. It's not enough to close to knocking him off his horse. But the one thing I realized is I want to get Gorshade to Thagrosh, but I just don't have. I'm not sure if I have the range. So because I kept measuring it, I think I was just gonna be like an inch short. So I've kept Infernal Machine, and I was like, I've killed other people's casters by just throwing Siphoning Bolt and just siphoning, hitting Siphon Bolt a bunch of times and boosting damage.
That actually might have let Thagrosh survive if you didn't have Siphoning Bolt. He was sitting on...
Yeah, and it's just one of those things that, Siphon Bolt's only POW 12, and, your Thagrosh has got tenacity, and he's but he's got tenacity, and he's on the hill, all kinds of stuff. So I'm moving up my stuff here really quick. I actually speed up the footage here a little bit because I'm just trying to get stuff out of the way. So
for what's really going to happen.
Oh, because Darigrath used it where everything undead gets to move up an inch. So this can be really tedious to watch. So I thought I'd spare you guys the boringness of it all and move
this is just getting them all into position for Gorshade's feet.
Yeah, I'm trying to get stuff out, like I said, out of the way. But I realized that there's another potential assassination attempt too, and that is with the Bane Riders can actually get to him.
I wasn't too concerned about the Bane Riders when they got the Thag.
And I can get, believe it or not, because of prey on the Carnivian, I'm actually within 10 inches of him, and I know that Nightmare has enough range to get to him.
That caught me off guard completely.
I've got 3 potential assassination attempts here, and I'm going to try them all. At this point, I'm not even trying to get rid of the stuff in his army. I'm just trying to get rid of his stuff. So first thing is I charge the Blackbanes in it, which is really nice with the Blackbanes, especially with giving them the feet, because they're really just fodder. People have said that Gorshade loves the Blackbanes, and the Blackbanes hate Gorshade because all he does is he just kills them. But they, if they hit something, kill something, great. Might be able to get a couple extra guys out of it, or kill some models. But if they don't, then it's no big loss because I can still use them for my feet and still manage to stationary everything that's.
I love how the spawning pot managed to do nothing but be a block shield this entire game too.
Well, yeah. I mean, given that you have to take it in the tier list, you kind of run that risk.
And you can't take, anything else.
Yeah.
I think Thagrosh could use some infantry, honestly, in this list.
Yeah, we'll talk after the game too about the lack of infantry and stuff. But so I'm there. All my models are there. He's gonna attack the succubus first with Blackbane. I'm like, oh yeah, you could totally kill her and then make a Blackbane out of it. And I need a 7. I can get a 6. So I'm telling you, man, that tenacity was awesome. So,
I know. And no.
Actually, I needed 8, not a 7. So.
Yeah, you need 8.
So I missed with the other Blackbane.
At this point, I'm like, maybe I'll survive this assassination attempt.
I didn't think my luck was going very good, so I missed again. So I got the one attacking the sorceress, misses. Got another one attacking the sorceress next, or 2 guys attacking the sorceress.
At this point, I could see your face. You're like, son of a gun.
I know. I'm like, what is this? So she's technically on fire, and 17 and dice minus 7. Oh, she doesn't have a column. Sorry. Yeah, I rolled that extra dice.
Yeah.
Oh, because the one that hit her right there was not charging, which is the one that hit. That was funny.
And this was the charging one?
Yeah, this was the charging one. Dice minus 7. So 4 more damage. Although, technically, he would have been within your 9 inches of your caster, so you shouldn't have taken 2 damage too. So
Death Shroud's just one of those things that it's important, but you just don't think about it at the time.
Last one gets snake eyes. Yeah, it kind of sucks. So, here's where I'm like really trying to think about what the heck I need to do.
Because you didn't kill the stuff that you kind of wanted to.
Yeah.
So you charge my Hellion.
I charge the Beast Mistress.
Yes.
I'm actually charging the Beast Mistress, although you can't really see it's behind the Hellion.
And I think she just instantly just wipes out.
He pops his feet after his movement. So basically, I start removing Blackbanes and Mechanthrals to basically give me just a stationary everything. And I have to admit, I love this feat. This is one of the most amazing feats I think in a Cryx army that I've ever played. Just being able to station everything and get auto hits, and it's just been so devastating. Everyone I've played against, the feet turn, like, it's one of those things when you get a caster, you always try not to always like rely on the feet, or you maybe kind of downplay a little bit. You're like, oh, it's really good, but it's obviously you don't want to just play a caster for the feet. This feat on these casters on this list, I can't speak highly enough of it. I love it to death. I've been able to do so much damage to things with.
So at this point, I was hoping Eric would forget.
Nightmare.
Eric would forget about the Black Bane that's next to Thag
Yeah, I put a Black Bane next to Thagrosh, and I'm like removing models, and I'm looking around, I'm like, oh yeah, I got that one too.
I'm like, I wasn't gonna tell you this. Right
Yeah, we would have stopped recording at that point. I'd be like, you coming back tomorrow? We're gonna do this later because I can't handle this right now.
I'm like, I survived.
So yeah, so I hit him. I hit a couple of the pot and got the spawning vessel guys. And I'm like, all right. So I auto hit the beast mistress with the charge, and so she's pretty much going to be dead pretty much right out.
Yeah.
And, so I'm looking here. I'm really studying to see how to get this pulse assassination off and whether I can do it.
And then Siphon Bolt, magic missile, magic missile.
I did get a free spell, so I got to free spell the Siphon Bolt.
I also think that's a really cool ability too, the free spell.
So anyway, we're resolving the attack on her. Yeah, I can't not kill her with that attack because just as much damage as he's doing. And so here's where I remember that he gets his free spell. And he needs anything but Snake Eyes did because you're not engaged anymore. But you're still on a hill, so you're still defense 7. Technically 8 but so you just need anything but Snake Eyes still because you still have tenacity.
And you roll level 6s, and I take off.
So yeah, so I take off. I take the Fury off you, and I use it to boost the damage. 17 and 12, so dice minus 5, and I roll
4 damage. Thagrosh has 14 boxes left.
I'm like, I'm just going to keep doing it.
14 boxes on
Cast
Thagrosh.
it, boost, cast it, boost. So I hit. And I'm going to boost the damage. Again, minus 5. And I roll 5. So 5 more damage.
So 9 left on Thags.
Yeah, I at this point I'm starting to panic a little bit because I'm like, well, Gorshade's now within striking distance. I did 1 more point damage.
1 more damage, so it puts him at 8.
So I was like, okay, I don't know what to do here. Like, I was thinking, okay, now how am I really going to get this pulse? I really thought that I was going to be able to spell you to death. I just really wasn't counting on the 17 or getting such low rolls.
The thing I forgot about was Nightmare standing all the way in the back.
Well, and I had to think about that. Did you see all those corpse tokens the chick's got on her?
I'm like, all the corpse.
Yeah, so Nightmare, I measured out. He's got it. He gets the plus 2 inches because he's within 10 inches of his prey target. He gets the 3 inches for charging. He gets and plus 2 inches for Infernal Machine that I did upkeep, which I was making sure that I did.
And I believe
and I
this
go for the kill cam.
The end
and
of
so I need I'm dice minus 3, and so I need an 11 to kill. So there's Nightmare standing in front of Thaggies, and there's 8. So just enough.
And Thags is gone.
Boom. So I got a chance to assassinate him. So it was a good game, man. We'll get back here with the group here. All right, so that was the game. Yeah, poor Austin. He couldn't pull it off. But bless his heart, he tried. I don't think that his list was actually really geared, and he'll admit this too. His list really wasn't geared to take on Cryx. I mean, you got the spawning vessel, which he can't get any corpses from my stuff because it's all undead. He's got the beast mistresses, which are fine. Those are okay, but he did get them in my face really really quick. But a lot of his stuff really needed my stuff to either be living or, you know, just my incorporeal stuff just wasn't good for him because he only had a couple things that could really do magic attacks. He did take the Naga Night Lurker, which would have helped him, I think, a lot, but he kind of kept it off to the side. And I kept it really engaged, and so we really couldn't do a whole lot. So it was a fun game for me. I think he was a little frustrated at some points, but I think he played it off pretty well. I think there was a lot of like I said, he managed to get in my face a lot faster than I thought he was going to be able to. I was really expecting me to get the alpha strike on all his little beasts, like right, first before he killed 2 of my soul hunters right off the bat,
right?
Which was pretty impressive. His dice rolls were really impressive. Because at one point I even joke about him. I'm like, this is supposed to be my home court advantage, not yours. You're not supposed to be like, I'm like, well, I know the dice aren't cheating, or Jason and Jose play them all the time. They say that they're crap. So
dice in this house, man.
Yeah. But it was, so hopefully this guys gives you a chance to show you a little bit what Gorshade can do. I said I love his list.
I've played against that list that you were playing before. And
yeah, you did beat me with that list.
I did, although a large part of that was that you forgot that I can double teleport things. And just let Gorshade wander into a spot where you felt you were safe, and then I double teleported.
I'll just moat you onto a hill right next to this or whatever, and you're like, teleport. I'm like, what?
It's like, okay, so there's a power 20 warp wolf in your face. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
But actually, like my list, the list that I played against you was a lot better geared to deal with that anyway, because the list I played against you had a bunch of sprays and magic weapons, like magical sprays. Like you were saying that, like, well, Austin really struggled with dealing with your Blackbanes, right? Like the way I got around that was that I had 2 purebloods and a Winter Argus that I could give the pureblood Animus to give him magic weapons. So he gave me 4 sprays. And I cleared them out pretty good. So that was how I dealt with it. But if I didn't have 4 magical sprays, that would have been hard.
Yeah, the one kind of thing, and I mentioned this, I think, also too in the chat, was the Mechanothralls are kind of the crux of the list because they're so slow compared to everything else. So everything else is like, ugh, and these guys are like, and I got to keep Gorshade kind of behind them as kind of a little bit of barrier between me and whoever is trying to attack him, and hopefully get him get around some stuff and then pop his feet and get a turn.
But you do always run your your Bane Riders one way,
and the Soul Hunters
the other way. So they don't necessarily need your middle doesn't necessarily need to be as fast. You just flank the side.
It does. The idea of the list is to keep the cavalry coming up both sides. So your opponent really has to decide, okay, do I want to take these hits from these things, which are really going to suck? Because you got Derek Grath in there too, and then I got the Nightmare, who's kind of running alongside them as well. Then you've got with Infernal Machine, oh my gosh, and then you've got the Mechanothralls are good. They're good fodder along with the Blackbanes for the feet. But if you stationary things and then these Mechanothralls get their attack off and you're able to put Scything Touch on them, they're combo striking the little guys at 17s and the big guys at 21s.
True.
I'd take those over Bane Thralls any day.
But the thing about Mechanothralls is they don't actually need to really be super careful about their positioning because they're super expendable.
Oh yeah, and you've got the Necrosurgeon to make more if you lose them.
And it doesn't really matter if they can just sacrifice a whole turn just to run straight forward to keep up with your flanks. So I feel like, I don't know, it's a well put together list. I think that list really shows off what Gorshade 3 can do. I know some people were really down on him when he came out, but actually that guy's kind of terrible.
I was really questioning how his feet was going to work. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it work well, but man, those Blackbanes are ridiculous.
I love what you're saying. A lot of times you got those Mechanothralls in the way, and then you're just like, well, Gorshade needs to go do something, and there's a bunch of Mechanothralls in the way, so
just pop my feet, get them out of the way.
So pop my feet, gone.
And give all the corpses to Necrosurgeon. Let's do this. Yeah, that's happened a few times too, which has been kind of funny. I've been like, I'm gonna need this charge lane. There's that one Mechanothrall on the way, gone. Let me just clear it out for me. He's like Moses part of the Red Sea. Mechanothralls just fall over. Let's go.
How many corpse tokens did you have on your
Necrosurgeon? It was insane. I don't know. It's just funny. You look at the end of that video, it's all piled up. I actually have to scoot them to the side so I can do stuff.
You're only allowed up to 20.
Yeah, well.
Did you have 20?
No, that's not true. I can have more than that.
Pretty sure you can only have 20.
Well, I can. Well, the thing is, I can only create.
It's
3.
Like the Gatorman Bokers thing,
I can only create 3, but the Gorshade can bring more back, so you can actually increase your size, and it's not limited to 20. There's no rule that says 20. So.
Yeah, is there a hidden cap? I don't know.
No, there's no.
Not for them. I'm thinking of the rule that Alexia and the Boker have. They are limited to 20, but they can bring back any number.
The Shamblers are limited to 22 as well.
Any number that they want in a turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, in the game that we recorded but didn't show between me and Jose, he actually got all 20 corpses.
He did.
Like, he couldn't bring, like, and I killed more than that many. And he's like, he couldn't bring back enough.
I was impressed with that game. Jose did a really good job of bringing all those guys in. That was pretty funny.
But it still didn't matter, because I still was just like, I'm still the Retribution. I'm still going to kill a whole bunch of crap every turn.
He did. He did. That game I know wasn't recorded. Do you remember who won that game?
I eventually did. Like, he just eventually ran out of stuff to keep jamming into my face, and and he ran out of things that could actually kill my Warjacks. So my Warjacks, that was the only reason I was still in the game.
That's right.
The whole zone was full to the brim of those little shamblers, except for like my 2 Warjacks were both towing into the zone, and like he couldn't kill them
because they just don't do enough damage.
Yeah, those guys have some hitting power issues.
And then I shot the Boker to death finally, and then it stopped being a problem.
Yeah, he started sacking all the guys, like trying to take off damage. That was pretty funny.
I think the last shot did like 15 damage to the Boker, so he's just like, whatever, I'm just gonna make the jump check. I'm not gonna sacrifice 15 shamblers to save him.
Yeah, that was funny. So, but anyway, so that was the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was definitely a lot of fun to play. I want to thank Austin again for coming out and playing with us. It was a
cool showcase of the Beastmistress. You never hear anything about her.
Yeah, and I thought she did pretty well. The Beastmistress just took out a lot of stuff, and they were really hard to hit. I remember one of my Soul Hunters missed all 3 attacks on a charge against her, which really sucked. But that was like I said, I want to thank Austin. We're actually going to be probably having some other guys from our meta come out and play against us on the show too, just kind of show you off, just give some other people some chance to play with us and get a chance to be on the show and see what they can do, because some of those guys have got some pretty cool armies and lists that I think would be really cool to show off. So
yeah, it'd be more people for us to lose to.
Yeah, right. I don't know if we've lost to a special guest host yet. I think we've won every time.
Yeah, I think so.
We need to stop doing that, or people are going to stop playing against us.
I think actually.
All right, next time you play against special guests, you have to lose, Jeremy. I'm just saying that because it's Jeremy. I want him to lose. So
well, I lose all the time on the show anyway. I think that like my victory against you this season was like one of only 2 that I've ever had on the show. Otherwise, I just lose all the time.
It would be interesting to look at our win-loss ratios and stuff like that. I know season 2 was really bad for me. I lost a bunch, but
most of them to you.
I think season 3, I think I'm actually undefeated so far.
I lose a lot. Well, that first season I lost because there was like a 40.
Wait, so if we all just lose to one another all the time, who's winning these games?
Me, obviously. Jose won, didn't he?
Yes, in the game against me this season, he won.
He's only played 1 game so far this season, and he's technically undefeated.
Damn it!
So I need
Damn
to play
those like 14s and 13s to assassinate me. People need to stop getting those. That's just so annoying.
Hey, Eric, you need a 6. I told Joyce I was like, oh well, if you would have done this, I told you we need a 16 to hit, and you obviously can't do that. I rolled 16. I'm like, okay, that's a bad example, but yeah, it's.
If you're playing against me, you sure can. Mm-hmm. Every time. Except against
every
you.
time.
Actually,
40% of the time.
That's really funny. The most recent game we played against each other, you needed 1-8 on 3 dice to beat me, and you didn't get it. But every time I play against him, he needs like a 14 on 3 dice to get me. He always manages it.
Yeah, I'm kind of the lucky jerk. So, what can I say? This happens to me.
Happens a lot when you cheat.
All right. Well, we want to thank you guys for watching. Again, feel free to like us on Facebook, join us. We chat about what's going on, and we will see you guys on the next episode of Counter Slam.
See ya.